Hello, my friends. One of the great pleasures of the week is coming on here and going, oh, here we are all together to create connection. And for me, a template for the whole week. Like the giving and receiving attention is such a basic nutrient to have an opportunity to set that up at the beginning of the week is just really, really lovely. And I was thinking this morning, there are a couple of things that I know that I want to share with you. And then this whole other thing popped in, which is about loop of awareness. Because this is loops and scoops. And the general principle here is to have reliable ways to shift from whatever state of anxiety or the unexpected is going on into presence. And from presence, you can then connect and receive the nourishment of connection. And from there, you can collaborate in new ways rather than recycling the old ways that you've gotten attention. And one of the people always ask, or many people ask, what's this thing with loop of awareness? It just feels funny. I'm reaching out and I'm pulling things into me. Why am I doing that? I just feel kind of stupid when I'm doing it. And so the whole idea, see, as a baby, you're being given for, and hopefully in a nurturing and loving way. And your reaching out is your first chosen connection with your environment. It's I'm here and I can move toward what I want. I can create what I want. And the reason we include that as part of the fear melters is that when people lose the sense of, it doesn't make any difference what I want, it's all just happening to me, it's all overwhelming, and you lose that ability to ask for support, to receive support, and to receive the nurturing of supportive attention. So even though it may seem strange, the action of reaching out will activate your ability to receive. So that's one of the big intentions of Love Scoops. And one thing I want to invite you to do today is to think of someone or something that you love. You have the experience of loving. And I'd like you to imagine them or it out there, and you're literally reaching out and bringing that in to you. So first, think of someone or something that you love until you're having the actual felt experience of loving them or that place, like being at the beach or being in a forest that you really just love. And then I'd like you to imagine that all around you. And even you can do it with eyes open or eyes closed. Like when you're having that feeling, I'd like you to reach out into it and scoop up some and actually bring it into any place that wants a little bit more receiving love, support. And then you might lose that sense again. So go ahead and recreate it, because if you're not in the habit of loving yourself, which most of us aren't, you can have it for a minute and then lose it. So I'd love for you to then recreate that sense of having it all around you. And for me, I can just tune into all of this lovely rain that we've been receiving and how nurturing that is. And I'm just reaching out for that nourishment, and I'm bringing it in and bringing it right in my diaphragm, because that's where I'm really wanting some, just some extra. And then notice if you actually let it absorb, if you let it sink in, and notice where that wants to move in you and around you. And I always like to include my body, the back of my body as well, because we're so used to, like, if we just go from front of our body, that's where the emotions are. But we forget that our backs are backing us up and moving us around. So when you're feeling into that, let yourself reach out and pull some in. And I'm bringing some right to the top of my sacrum. Oh, and I'm feeling there's this ah of acknowledgement. The small of my back goes, oh, thank you. You saw me, you felt me. Ah, and I get more breath that and now my legs are going, hey, what about me? I carry you around and I never complain. Of course, my legs do complain a little bit, but they're saying, I never complain. So let yourself imagine your feet sinking into that space. I was just imagining my toes being tickled by my grandmother, whom I loved. And let that sense of being surrounded by love that you can bring into you, let yourself really get willing to absorb, receive, integrate that, which for me also just slows me down. I get more leisurely, I spread out more. I've noticed in this last year that most people I encounter have been in a rush to rush. They've been in a rush to get busy, to get back into what they think the routine is. And my sense is that that's just a constant flee, that I'm just going to stay out ahead of all this stuff that I'm scared of. And if you let yourself actually use love scoops to just anything that you're feeling or experiencing, you can be with that. And that's basically what the love scoops are. So the other thing I want to mention about love scoops is reach out so that you can feel your torso moving. So if it's just your arms, it doesn't activate that whole body integration. It's more like love windmills. But when you actually reach out and involve your torso, it wakes up the core of your body so that you get to be more here. And it's very simple, but very powerful. It's wired in that reaching out begins to include you in the world. You're not just being done to. You can interact, you can ask for what you want. You can say, no, that's not, I don't want that. I want this instead. Or, oh, that was really wonderful. I want more of that. So it activates your wanting, which most of us have spent a lot of our lives trying not to want, not to need anything. But your wanting is a path toward moving toward, like I want a bite of my egg, I want some water, I want to move now, I want to get a sweater. It is a fundamental of your caring for yourself is letting your body say, here's what I want. And you go, oh, thank you. And you can give that to yourself and you can ask for support. So even though it may seem, it's one of the weird things that we do, the love scoops, and it has a very grounded purpose. So just take a moment now to notice your overall aliveness, your sense of presence. One thing I'm noticing is that I feel more in my body. I can feel my feet. I feel more, okay, here I am. Here I am and I'm ready. And so that sense when you're feeling kind of overwhelmed, there's so much going on, love scoops are actually a wonderful way of presencing yourself in the midst of all of that. Yeah, beautiful. I can see that just in looking at you. And I'd love to do a little bit of loop of awareness from that loving space. And I wanted to share with you the two reliable ways that I know of carrying intention with my attention, with my awareness. And one of them is appreciation, and the other is curiosity. So what I'd like you to do is to generate a pleasant through your whole out breath. And I notice when I do this on different days that sometimes the pitch of my is a little bit different. So notice what pitch, high, low, middle, feels the most yummy, humming yummy to you. And let it go through an entire out breath so that and that's what I like to send out with my attention, because the generates curiosity. So simply letting your attention go out with a and seeing where your attention wants to land. Mine on this one was just kind of swirling around, and it was kind of like one of those ribbons that you can swirl, on a stick. So mine didn't actually land, it swirled. And then let the attention come back to you, and notice the where that wants to land. You could even combine it with a love scoop if you like. And let yourself do that another couple of times, where you as your attention goes out, and for me, that also feels like a pleasant mist. It's just very pleasant. And the other one is to do the same thing. You were thinking of someone or a place that you love. That kind of awareness can also be appreciating. So if you give your sensitive awareness, it's really very similar to doing love scoops. So letting your sensitive awareness, like, what's going on out here? So, and curiosity, notice where your attention wants to go. And then that, where does your attention, that sensitive awareness, want to go? And I have been experiencing just a little sort of ping in my left ribs. And so I can feel my attention wanting to go, let me just be with that, see what's going on there. Yeah. So the and sensitive awareness, and then reaching out into a field of love and bringing that into you. Those are not only fundamentals, those are things that you can continue to practice, because as you practice them, they will become easier, more readily available to you in any kind of situation. So when we practice them when we're not stressed or less stressed, we can use them more readily in situations that feel more challenging. So those are the fear melters for today. And I want to pull up now our Presence Connect play. And we'll see what our combo is for today. So Presence says, befriend your feelings and be with. So that's kind of very much what we're doing, is being with. So let yourself notice if there are any emotions, particularly the big three. If you're experiencing any stress, tension in your shoulders, back of the neck, or heaviness in your chest, or butterflies in your belly, those are signals of anger and sadness and fear. And let yourself go ahead and be with, using that same, what's going on? Doing love scoops to that area. So being with, we almost always think we got to do something to it. We got to fix it. We got to get rid of it. We got to figure out where it came from. And the essence of befriending is letting yourself be with. One of the images that I love to use, that I use a lot when I'm teaching this, is imagining sitting next to your feeling on a porch swing that you really love, that's got just this wonderful rocking rhythm. And you're just sitting there and being with your feeling. You can have it next to you or on your lap, or however, have your arm around your feeling, and see if you'd be willing to be with it just as it is. And those are some of the skills for befriending your feelings. And then connecting is another one of my favorites. Choose to see others as allies on your team. One thing I notice as I'm moving around in the world right now is that many people have a preemptive enemy attitude. So they come in with, there's something wrong with you and I'm not like you, and that kind of energy. And so I like to, especially when I'm going into a new situation or with people I don't know or something that I think is challenging, is that I'm already going to generate, first of all, appreciation, because appreciation is one of the best ways to begin to see others. Excuse me. Moisture in the air today. To see others as my allies. And I also will do fear melters, because when I'm in fear, that's the way that others appear as enemies. And so I can also sense into that the people who are doing that preemptive are scared. And so rather than they're angry at me, I go, oh, they're scared. Oh, so I know how to be with fear. So let me be with my fear about what I'm walking into. And for me, wiggling is my first move, because I freeze first, like, uh-oh, not safe here. So I wiggle, and then I generate some appreciation. And that's one of the skills, again, that you can develop as you're practicing. And just your willingness to see others as your ally is hugely valuable. And then play, let your attention fan out. Ooh, let your attention fan out, then focus like a laser. Ooh, I'm so glad we have it, because that's an attention skill. So, and it's one of the really important ones. So like if your example, walking into a situation where you don't know people, that's where I use my fanning out attention. Okay, so I let my attention kind of go really like a fan opening, like, hello, here I am. And also just noticing who's here, what's going on. And then I might laser in on, oh, that's somebody I'd like to meet. And then I can move toward that. And then I'm fanning so that I'm not just, tunnel vision, because there might be somebody that I want to connect with as I'm moving along. So fanning, and this is also something I practice on the freeway. So I fan my attention and then I focus, and I fan in back and then I focus. It's been hugely valuable. It saved me about 5 accidents, actually, by catching, oh, got to move here, because someone was coming up in my, and they didn't see me. So fanning and focusing is a hugely valuable skill that also can give you a sense of, oh, so the play, oh, I want to connect with this person. Oh, I think I'll just move around this person and keep moving. So instead of having to get into a hassle, it was reminding me of how my cats will come sometimes when one of them is feeling a little grouchy. They'll come and they have their pre-biff, they're sort of getting all, getting ready and getting, their ears are going up and they're starting to lean toward each other. And I come in and I literally, like, oh, good girls. Oh, good girl. And it interrupts them. So I'd much rather interrupt them with love than interrupt them with, you stop that now. No, because then they're not going to get any lesson except that it's not safe here. So learning how to do these things, I've found, has been just hugely valuable. And even if I'm awkward at them, learning how to do them, makes just such a huge difference. So that's our Loops and Scoops for today. Thank you so much for being here, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Mwah.
Thank you, Katie.
Thank you.
Mhm.